What's up everyone, it's Eric with Black Hat Algorithms. Today we're going to do a port scanner. We're going to switch things up a bit though. We're going to code in Java this time. And we're not going to make a GUI. It's going to be a command line program. So you guys will get to learn some about that if you don't already know about it, which I'm sure most of you do. Give me a second, I'm going to drink something. Refreshing. So, what this port scanner is going to do is pretty much going to try to connect, and if it doesn't connect, it's going to say that the port is closed. If it connects, it's going to say the port is open. Very simple. We're also going to have it so it writes to a file every time there's a port that's open. So you can just like leave it running overnight or something. This isn't a multi-threading one, so it's gonna go very slow. You can look into how to do the multi-threading if you want it to go faster, but this is basically a very simple port scanner in Java. And yeah, all these algorithms I'm showing you are very simple. I'm trying to make them so that you guys can just like memorize them all, you know. So like you don't have to refer back to code. Someone can just if you're just at your friend's house and or you're just anywhere and you're just like, oh, I need a port scanner. Oh, I know how to do that. I can do that within less than 5 minutes. Or I need a keylogger. Oh, I can do that in less than 3 minutes. Or I need a Flutter or something like that. So that's why all this code is really short. It's not that advanced. There's not many add-ons to it. I mean, as I always say, you can go back and tweak the code and make it so it's all like it's got all these extra features and all that crap. But anyhow. So I'm using the Eclipse IDE, and IDE is Integrated Development Environment. And you can use Notepad or whatever, Notepad++ or NetBean, I think it's called. But I like Eclipse, so that's what I'm going to use. I've already created a class. I called it Port Scanner, as you can see here. And so what we're going to need to do first is import some stuff. And we're going to import Java, input, output, password. This is pretty much going to be for writing to files, because we're going to be writing the open ports onto a file, so we can basically just keep track of all the ports that are open on different IPs that we scan. We're going to need java.net as well, and this is for the socket class that we're going to be using. So go ahead down here and into our main function, and we're going to declare two int variables, and these variables are going to hold the ports, our starting port and our stopping port. So int start port range, I'm going to set it equal to 0 as default, and stop port range set to 0. And now we're going to make a string variable for the IP, or the host IP, or host, basically just the address. So string IP, and we're going to have this. We're going to set it to argument 1. So let's go ahead and do that. Args1. Where this is from is, as you can see right here, this is our main method, and these are basically, this is just an array of strings. So that's where this is coming from. So the first thing that you'll see when we go into the command prompt, I'm going to type in the IP address, and then I'm going to type in Java port scanner right here for this class, and I'm going to type in the IP address, which is going to be placed into this, because this is what it takes. You'll see in a second. And then the second thing I'm going to type in is the start port range. So we're going to go ahead and set that. %, and it's going to be args1. Now that we have that one, we need the the stopping port. So port range equals integer %, and args2. Okay, now we're going to make a for loop that's pretty much going to go in and scan all these ports. You'll see in a second. For I equals to start port range I plus equal to stop port range I plus plus. Okay. Now that we have that, we're going to do a try statement. And below that, we got to put our catch statement. Alright. In the try, we're going to make a socket. And the parameters that this socket takes for the constructor is an IP and a port. So we've already have the IP set to the arg that we're going to pass in right up here, as you can see right here. And we're going to pass in the port, which is just going to be I. Okay, now we're going to do a simple system.out.println port in use, and go ahead and do plus I. Okay, and we're going to close the socket. Okay, now that it's tested, if the socket's open or not, it's going to tell us if it's open, because if the connection is successful, then it's going to print it saying it's successful. But so now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and write it to a file so we can refer back to it if we want to. So let's go ahead and do that. Now right here, this is pretty much just, I'm going to make it so the file name is pretty much the IP of the file. I'm going to add the concatenate the dot text so it's a text file. And I'm going to make a print writer object. What we're going to do is pass in this file. Make sure that's capitalized. So I'm going to do out print line and port in use. And we're going to close it. Okay, so now this is what's going to happen for all the ports that are open that we connect to. So they're open, but now we have to make something show that they're not open. So when they're not open, it's going to try to connect, and it's gonna if it doesn't connect, then it's going to throw a catch statement because it doesn't connect.